Hi, and welcome to Luminosity Yoga. My name is Anya. This is my yoga astrology video for the Scorpio new moon 2025. And let's start by sitting on our mat. I'll take a moment to introduce you to the energies of this lunar cycle in Scorpio, and then we'll actually do a yoga practice that will help you embody the energies and use them in a conducive way so that it benefits you and it helps you move through the energies with more ease and grace. And the new moon in Scorpio will take on the 20th of November in Central Europe, where I am. And it will take place at about 7:48 a.m. in the morning in that's Central European time, so UK time would be an hour earlier. And it means that both the sun and the moon are in the same sign and are starting a lunar cycle. And it's actually at the end of Scorpio. So Scorpio season is kind of nearly over, but not quite. And it embodies 28 degrees of that sign. And that's a very strong energy. And I have looked both at different symbols. So there is actually degree symbology. So, and both the Sabian symbol and also the nakshatra, which is the lunar mention, which comes from Vedic astrology, they point as much as Scorpio, they all point at a very strong, fierce, transformative energy, a protective energy for those who are younger, and a kind of protective god, like chief of gods, Indra, is connected to this energy and thus protecting those who are younger, who are in need. And in general, as I said, being a transformative force and being able to speak your own truth. And that is so also it's connected to the sign of Mercury, and Mercury is retrograde at this point in the sign of Scorpio. So this points at the need to actually get to the bottom of the truth, and having to go through the shadows, having to encounter the pain. So we need to move backwards through that which maybe was hidden and buried and actually prevents us from coming into a strength because the energy is blocked and kind of like being in an emotional iceberg, which also um, is connected to the symbology of Scorpio being fixed water, which can turn into ice. So if we actually push down the emotions and we use our life force to do that, then we end up with this emotional iceberg situation, which then if the trigger comes, unconscious stuff from below the tip of the iceberg might come up and is being triggered at this point. And at the same time, the energies are also opposite Uranus in the sign of Taurus, which is fixed earth. So fixed earth and fixed water. So we have like this fixed energy, and there's a disruptive quality. And Uranus has just in its retrograde phase. So both Uranus and Mercury are retrograde, which is like an emphasis of this kind of mercurial Uranian transformative energy going backwards. And it's going to be in Taurus for a last stretch of time until the 26th of April 2026. So any kind of unfinished business in this area where we need transformation, regarding Taurean issues. So that could relate to anything, Taurus being a Venus ruled side, relating to earthly central matters, but also assets, natural assets, as much as our material resources, our finances. So all of that actually undergoing a sense of transformation. And yeah, we need to dig deep to get to the truth of the matter. And there might be a lot of truths being revealed over the coming weeks, months, and depending on where this falls in your chart. So, for example, if Scorpio falls in the house, the fourth house, which is connected to home and family, that might unearth issues about home and family related to that matter, the most private part of your chart. And at the same time, then Taurus would be in the most public part of your chart up there in the 10th house. And so it might be on that axis, but however it falls in your chart, that will actually, that's how it will relate to your individual astrology at this point. And you can download free birth charts online from, for example, astro.com. To understand this a little better, there's a lot of free tutorials of how to interpret houses and how to do that online. And one of my favorite resources, as I'm a member, is Astrology Hub, and I highly recommend their podcast and also, in general, anything that they offer. And so, yeah, the other thing is that this energy trines Neptune in the sign of Pisces. Also, Neptune has its last retrograde phase, its last phase in the sign of Pisces, and is about to go direct and move out of Pisces at the end of January. So, again, our immune system might be very challenged. Also, we might feel emotionally overwhelmed, or again, it just points to a lymphatic system, immune system. So yeah, Scorpio being to do with detoxification. So that might also be something that you focus on. Hormonal balance, stress reduction, really tuning in with your feminine side. So it's like a fierce femininity where we want to confront the truth, but at the same time bringing compassion to ourselves and others in doing so. And that's definitely the growth edge that I'm busy with at the moment. So, having said all that, let's engage in a Kundalini-based practice. And also, I invite you to join my workshop on Sunday, the 23rd of November, from 10 to 12 in the morning or early part of the day, Central European time. And you can adjust that to your time zone. And the links will be also in my video. It's going to be a Zoom-based yoga practice. Having said all that, let's start by standing. So let's get up and stand. And so we're gonna uh, turn from side to side. Inhale on the left, exhale on the right. And you're gonna keep the upper palm open and the lower palm in a fist, or the lower hand in a fist, tapping your kidney area. Inhale to left, exhale to right. Keeping your eyes open as you do this. With an active in and exhale if you can. If you can't, just do a slower pace. And then we open the arms and we swing them up. Inhale at left, exhale right. And we keep turning the upper body and the head. Removing toxins, any kind of stagnant energy, just getting things to move. Enjoy. You might even want to smile. Returning to center, bring your arms up. And you can't quite see it, but just take your right thumb with your left hand. Inhale up. And then exhale, bend over to your left. Take a deep inhale here and exhale. Another one. And exhale. Inhale coming up. Changing thumbs. Exhale. Taking two deep in and exhale here in your side bend. Inhale, bringing both arms up. Interlacing the fingers, just the pointer finger points up. Inhale here. And exhale, opening arms. And again, just imagine that you are raking your energy field. Just raking, just like raking leaves. Take a moment just to feel and pause here. Wonderful. The next one is a little bit stronger. So, um, first of all, we're going to come into actually a wider stance, kind of horse stance. And we're going to bring our arms up and interlace the fingers. And then we're going to go clockwise. And just keep like a comfortable breath rhythm for yourself. The next time you come up, we change counterclockwise. And keep breathing. And as always, just adjust it if you feel kind of tender. Just make those circles smaller, more manageable. You can even imagine doing them. Just see what your body needs at this point and still see how you can engage in your yoga practice. Last one. And inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms up and turn it toes front. Inhale. Hold the breath for a moment, pubic floor up, and then exhale, release. And again, just raking through your energetic field, your auric field. Bring your feet in closer and just sensing for a moment. Very good. And now we're going to get to a slightly stronger one. So as we inhale, we bring arms up, fists. And then as we exhale, we bring the elbows down so they touch the ribs. And we're going to bend the knee and bring it slightly to the opposite side. And again, if you can, with an active in an exhale, breath of fire style. If you need a pause, if you need a break, take one. Otherwise, keep going. And last one. Inhale, bring your arms up. Interlace the fingers. Relax the shoulders. Pubic floor, pelvic floor, sorry. Pelvic floor in and out. And to the upper palate. Hold the breath for a moment. And exhale. Release again, raking through your auric field. Placing your hands on your heart, just sensing your heartbeat for a moment. Knees slightly bent. Wonderful. And your arms up. And then very slowly bending from your head and also bring the tailbone underneath you. And then we're just going to roll down one vertebra at a time. Releasing the breath as we do so. Taking your time. So come into a squat, bring the hands on the ground. And then slowly sitting back. And now we're going to move. So we're going to strengthen Apana, downward moving energy, from the navel through the legs with the next exercise. And we're going to do 3 rounds of that and take breaks in between. If you're very strong there, you can just keep going. So let's lie down on the back. And you can slide your hands slightly under your buttocks just to protect the lower back. So we're going to bring the legs up on 60 degrees on your inhale and then down on your exhale, nearly hovering above the ground with breath of fire. It's strong, so see what you can do. Taking a break. If you want to keep going, keep going. Allowing the breath just to relax and the whole body to relax. And get ready for the next round. If you want to rest, keep resting. And if you like, take a second rest. Allowing your breath to relax and release. The whole body to rest. And also to adapt, integrate the changes. And then one last round. Inhale to 60 degrees. Hold for a moment. Pelvic floor, tailbone, in and up. Tongue to the upper palate, holding the breath for a second. And then relaxing everything on the floor. Taking a deep in and exhale. Extending any kind of stagnant energy that has become loose from the belly. Exhale down through the legs into the earth. Bringing your knees into your chest. Taking a few deep in and exhales here. And then slowly either coming up over your side or rolling up It's up to you. Just see what works for your body. And then coming into cross-legged position, we're just going to do some Sufi circles to initiate from your navel. Not from your chest, just from your navel. I'm just turning and breathing here easily. Just moving that stagnant energy in our core digestive system. Moving it out through the lower back. And again, just smiling. And just thanking yourself for making that time. Bring the arms back, rub your feet together, other leg in front, and then just counterclockwise. And really initiating from your core, not from your shoulders. Just really keeping the energy in your center and focusing on your center. So by reconnecting with our center, we can also hold the emotional overwhelm better. And we can make space for things to move and allow any excess to drain down into the earth. Coming back to center. Take a deep inhale, finding length in the sides of the body. Fingertips on the floor, grounding down to the sitting bones, relaxing the shoulder blades. And an exhale. And then coming onto your belly. And again, you can choose whether you're going to come. We're going to come into cobra. And there's many options. You can do a small cobra. You can even do Sphinx pose or higher cobra. So I'm going to do again 3 rounds, and you can choose. You can do 3 times the same one. I'm going to show you the 3 options. We're going to start in a small cobra again with a breath of fire. If that doesn't work for you, or you're on your cycle, just long deep breaths. Coming up, pubic bone, feet ground into the ground. Deep inhale. Hold a breath for a second. Pubic bone, pelvic floor in and up. Bring to the upper palate. And then exhale through the kidneys. And just resting your head on your hands, feet rolled out. Breathe into the back of the body, into the kidney area. Again, allowing any stress accumulated in the adrenals to drain down and the kidney energy to flow. And you can come again into a smaller, higher cobra, or I'm going to go into Sphinx. And again, like 30 rounds breath of fire. If it's too much, you just adapt it to your needs. Deep inhale. Tongue to the upper palate, the pelvic floor in and up. Hold the breath for a second. And exhale, release. And again, just place the other hand on top. Rest your head on your hands and relaxing. Again, just breathing into the kidney area. And then one last round. If you want to rest, rest. Otherwise, I'm going to come into a higher cobra. You do the one that works for you. Deep inhale, holding the breath for a moment. And then exhale, and then just releasing, and just either head on forehead on your hands or just one cheek onto the mat. Relaxing your heart, your kidneys. And then we're going to do 3 cobra lion breaths. So we're just going to come up 3 times. Inhale, and then on the exhale, stick out the tongue like a lion's breath in a cobra pose. Again, you choose the low, medium, or high version of that. And we're going to do the cobra line, which is also funnily connected, I find, to the Scorpio symbol. So inhale, down again. Taking an extra breath here. When you're ready, coming up, inhale. And again, an extra in an exhale. Coming up again, inhale. And then just coming into child's pose on your exhale. Stretching the arms out for a moment. Finding space in your armpits and then relaxing the arms. Relaxing the lower back. Hands next to your knees. Very slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time. Bringing awareness to the spine and how it feels right now. How the energy feels. Wonderful. And then we're going to circle arms again. So we bring the arms up and we're going to go counterclockwise. And sort of keep the arms parallel and stay more on the upper part of the body. And breathing. And if you can, smile. Enjoying the transformation of your energy from stagnant to flowing again. And last one. Inhale, bringing the arms up, just fingers pointing to the sky. Holding the breath for a moment, pelvic floor in and up, tongue to the upper palate. Gently exhaling and bringing your arms down again. Just breaking your auric field. And then come into a comfortable seated posture for our closing pranayama. If you like, sit up high and bring thumb and index finger together, palms facing up or down. And we're going to do Shitali, cooling breath, soothing for the nervous system, helping us integrate. So we're going to inhale through the rolled tongue. If that doesn't work for you genetically, don't worry. You can just sip in the breath through the teeth or through the open mouth with your lips pursed, and then exhale through the nose. And see if you can have your exhale slightly longer than your inhale. So closing your eyes, rooting down through your sitting bones, inhaling through the rolled tongue or pursed lips or the teeth. And then exhaling through the nose. Just continuing in your own rhythm. Very helpful for any inflammation in the body. Keep going, a few more breaths. Soothing emotions rather than freezing them. Breathe last and then exhale. If you can consciously lengthen your exhale. And then releasing your breath. Sitting still for a moment, checking in with yourself. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. And let's dedicate ourselves to moving stagnant energies throughout this lunar cycle, helping us and our emotional iceberg to to be in a transformational state, and also calling in the support of our spirit guides and our ancestors, those who can support us in that transformation process. So let's take a deep inhale and exhale, and close with one round of Om. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank yourself for the time you've given yourself, the attention you've given yourself. And we're dedicating the merits of our practice to all beings without one exception. Namaste. So again, please like, subscribe, share the videos with others, and do come and join my workshop or also my Monday night, 6:30 CET, 6:30 p.m. yoga classes online. I look forward to seeing you there. Namaste. And enjoy, of course, this lunar cycle in Scorpio in your own truth-seeking mission.